Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Ever Crisis video. My name is DK, and today we're going to be going over the new banners that have dropped today. Honestly, I have been checking every day. I didn't even look at the dates, honestly. I kind of have this schedule where everything kind of happens on Thursdays, and it is Sunday on this event drop. I get it. It's because of New Year's, right? But yeah, no, I'm really excited. These costumes look amazing. I wasn't expecting all these draws and stuff. I do know that we were going to get the 240, but I don't remember seeing anything about the step-up draw or how it's actually pretty decent. So we're going to talk about the, this video will be talking about we're going to kind of go over everything basically. I haven't done my polls yet. I'm going to use that for a separate video so you guys can see me get shafted. The last poll was actually pretty decent. I got everything pretty quickly. I think 15k for everything. Hopefully it goes the same way. I'm debating whether I should do the poll on YouTube or should I just do it a separate video, but I'll decide that later. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the beginning special here and the New Year's step-up draw. So this is actually pretty decent. The first draw is free, of course. All the weapons that are in the current banners will be in there. So you have Cloud's Flame weapon along with the non-attribute weapon for Sethro. Whenever you do get to step 2 though, it's going to cost 1,000. That's actually a fair deal as well. What's good about the step up is that all the weapons are in here. Of course, it is a very flooded pool. I don't know. I believe the rates are pretty much the same as, yeah, they're normal. 7, 3, 5, 2. Yeah, all the way down the board for the 5 stars, and then going into the 4 stars. But you know, 4 stars aren't bad. That's 5 points. I'm sorry, 10 points to an actual 5 star. So you know that I'll take that, honestly. Getting purple is not the worst, honestly. So that's really cool about the step up. I do like that everything is in here. I might try the first 2. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way down. It is pretty neat because it does say loop 1 of 2, so that means you can actually probably do this twice. So that means that free one will refresh once you completed it. So you'll basically buy 3 get 1 free on two loops. So that's not bad. It's just so hard to do this whenever you have this campaign right now. This campaign doesn't go with, this doesn't have Sephiroth and Cloud's weapon, but it does have the most recent weapons from Zack, which is awesome. I already have that on my wish list. And then we have Lucia and Tifa's Christmas weapons, which I'm gonna vouch. I've already said it to everybody, all my buddies in my Discord, that Lucia's weapon, Quake weapon, is goated. That thing is disgusting. Absolutely love that weapon right now. It's one of my favorites. And then we also do have the guaranteed one time only. This is free, so I was really happy they gave us this along with so many goodies, man. I mean, this was one hell of an update. If we can actually go to my gift box real quick and look at the history, we got 1,000 gems, another 2, actually another bet. We got New Year's, 20 tickets, another free 5-star. I mean, 3,000. It was just, these guys are so crazy. You know, it's funny. I've been reading comments on Reddit and a couple of things, and people just kind of dogging on the game. There's nothing. These guys are doing great. Whatever they're doing, it's working. I like it. It's keeping me on my toes. I love the events. But as far as the special goes, this is great. Like I said, depending on if you're a free-to-play or a little light spender, this is decent. It's not bad at all. But of course, if you just want to hang in there and wait for, let's say, Cloud's weapon and Sephiroth's weapon to get into the general pool, then of course wait. But again, I'd probably just stick with these 2. If you feel like throwing the extra 5k at a potential 5-star on the step, you know, then go for it, right? And then, like I said, it would reset. Now, going over the actual weapons, now we have the stamp card. Now, of course, this is the scariest part about this game, is the stamp system. You never know how many stamps you're going to get or how long it's going to take you to get a certain costume. So with that said, going over, we'll start off with Cloud. So for Cloud, this is top tier, man. This design is top tier. It reminds me a little bit of Auron. Yeah, no, this is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, look at that weapon. Look at the design. That is just so clean. Granted, the weapon is a fire weapon. We do have physical attack and fire boost potential. So really good, of course. This could be used for either magic or physical, which is very, very good. And I like how you can slot this in one, so you'll get the full, you know, the full power of this weapon. Going to OB6, we do go to 34 points on attack and 24 to fire potential, which is really good. And then OB10, we do have 40 to attack and 36. So right here, we're already getting, at 40 points, we're already getting almost 40%. So easily, with this weapon maxed out, we could easily hit that 50% right there. And then fire potential 36 points will put us over and give us a good 55% fire ability at a OB10. So no, this is actually really good. Of course, a lot of weapons kind of already do this, but Cloud is more of a physical damage dealer, so that's where I kind of like to lean. Anything physical for Cloud, I try to grab it, especially Elemental. Elemental is very important in this game. Blazing Strike, I don't know how many hits it is because one thing it doesn't show is the actual hit. So that's one thing they probably should do for future purposes. Maybe even a tryout session for us to try out the weapon to see how we like it. 480 at stock, and then we also have OB6 at 710, and then OB10 at 850, which is a little bit above what they were recently doing with like Lucia's recent weapon, which is 800%. Looks like Cloud is definitely getting a little bit more percentages, especially with his Final Fantasy 9 weapon being almost 1300 at OB10. So really, really solid. We have physical attack boost, 20%, and then a sigil boost, which is really good. I like to have these because, like I said, I use a lot of the fire blows and blizzard blows and stuff like that. So ideally, this is already my go-to weapon design and costume design because this gives you a nasty 35% to fire ability damage. Now, that's just absolutely disgusting. Yeah, that's a huge win, really, and physical attack 5 points. Looks like they. Yeah, so you're getting. Yeah, this is really good. This is really, really good. So moving on to Sephiroth. Now Sephiroth is a little. I'm not a fan of the design, really. He needs slippers. Oh man, I don't know. This is actually pretty decent though. I do like it more. I really don't know. It doesn't match his head. It's an awkward feeling for this guy. I feel like for his just as much as he looks kind of like a samurai in the previous like Halloween costume, even like his Final Fantasy 9 costume, this is just kind of a reach on design. I don't know. It's not my favorite. I probably would cover it up if I was using it, if I was gonna get it. But I mean, to each his own, right? Personal preference. Radiant Edge, we do have a physical non-elemental damage weapon, but this one does come with a crit rate plus 10%. Crit rate is a little iffy. I have tried some crit builds. It's awkward, but it does work. It looks like it almost doubles the damage, maybe a little bit less. So later on, I think crit's gonna be very, very useful with non-attribute. So I'm definitely gonna keep leveling up on my crit stuff for the future, and we did have a recent event that had crit stuff for free, so that's just a huge win. But this one actually has a really good physical attack. It does boost it past 45, which will put this one at 40% at OB6. We'll put this at 46 points. This is a humongous stat stick. This is an absolutely disgusting weapon. This will most likely go into my wish list if I don't obtain it already, but this will most likely go into wish list because it does come with a physical down defense decrease, and it does go to from mid for 30 seconds, and then max potential is mid. So yeah, still really good. I wish we had more. I feel like at a point we should at least be getting something like in the highs, but I mean the mids are fine. 30 seconds, not bad at all. But here's where it gets pretty nasty. So when HP is 50% or more, which is ideally what most of your characters are going to be at 50%, honestly, especially with healers and it's Aerith and stuff like. Even Matt's a decent healer. I've been messing with Matt a little bit. HP is at 50% higher. Fire resist is decreased. Potential is high. Now that is absolutely disgusting for fire weakness bosses. Now this could actually destroy a fire weakness boss. So this is disgusting. Like I said, this is automatically going into the pool for wish list, along with, of course, I like the other one, the water weakness. It's weird how they do this, but yeah, you definitely want to concentrate. I'm gonna definitely concentrate more on support weapons as far as going forward in the next couple months, just so I can get some. Maybe even OB6 is high potential, which is disgusting. So really the only thing you really need to get to here is OB6, because it only jumps from 26 seconds to 30 seconds. The physical defense decrease stays at mid. this is what your breadwinner is right here. Now, of course, it's nice to have physical, non-elemental, but we all know how that works. But he's mostly for that support, and then he'll be doing a little bit of damage. I would probably put this in slot 2 just for this, and then of course have him hitting, because even in slot 2, this will work just fine. Especially for the future. I think for the future, this weapon is gonna be absolutely disgusting. So definitely, if you don't pull it this time, definitely put it in your wish list. So for me, between the costumes, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Cloud. I don't really care about boosting HP right now. It's not super important. There are ways to boost HP in this game through weapons and sub-weapons. Even his fire ability damage is only 20%. So it wasn't that big of a miss. Like I said, I didn't really like the costume. These two stats aren't that crazy. It's not as crazy as like a physical damage maxed out Cloud. Like you're gonna see insane numbers on Cloud, just because he is kind of like a hybrid between physical and magic, where Cloud is mostly just physical. So and his animation's disgusting. Both animations are very good. That's one thing about this game that I absolutely love, is the sound effects and the animations that they throw on these weapons. They're so good. So yeah, definitely gonna be going for Cloud. So really, at the end of the day, that's probably what my input's gonna be. Of course, to each your own. If you like Sephiroth more, go for Sephiroth. If you like Cloud, go for Cloud. If you're a big whale, go for both. If you're feeling lucky, right? Now, as far as wishlist goes, now this is gonna be my. I've already set up my wishlist. My wishlist is gonna be Twinkling Star, simply because we have some debuffs here, just in case. But of course, Killer Hornet is one of my go-tos right now. I'm trying to build Cloud into a really disgusting DPS, and this is definitely going to help me with physical boost and boost physical ability potential. So that's going to be that. And then of course, we always like the Umbrella until we at least get to OB10, just because of the debuff. Aerith is one of my primary users. Prism's Rod is just one of my go-to damage healers. This is 100% one of my favorite weapons, next to Lucia's. It's just so disgusting how it hits. The only problem I have with it, the low gimmick, is the HP 40. But I mean, we all need HP, so I kind of wish it was magic, but that would have been just completely busted. So once this gets about OB9, I'll probably stop there. Now this is my favorite weapon, next to the Prism Rod is the Holiday Revolver. So this is, I have her costume and everything. So this is going to be my next OB10 that I'm aiming for. Boost magic 40 or potential 36. This thing is disgusting. So yeah, so overall we have more banners coming. I'm almost positive there might be another, there's gonna be another one, and potentially a third one, who knows. You know how these banners just kind of pop out of nowhere, but I'm hoping maybe that they go, I know it's kind of, we just had an Aerith, but I'll take another Aerith costume. Maybe I have a feeling it's gonna be Glenn. Possibly Matt. It really, I think that's where they're leaning towards, but depending on what the weapon is, that's probably what I'll be going after. I don't really use Glenn that much, or Matt really, so we'll have to just see what actually happens with that. We'll keep an eye on that. But other than that, that's just my opinion on this. Yeah, so really this is an amazing banner. Definitely try to go for what you need. Because fire is a little awkward right now. We don't have a lot. We actually don't have anything to boost fire damage, so this costume will help out a lot. We're kind of relying basically on fire guns and fire blows. We don't have anything with striking, so this will be our first weapon for kind of like, actually no, that's not true. Glenn has one. Again, don't really use Glenn. Going over to like the fire weapons, I think we can actually, yeah, we can. So these are our fire weapons. The only thing that really has like intense damage on fire would most likely be this, but it's all enemies. I don't really like all enemies. I like single target, because most big bosses are single target. We have the Rage Caller, which is his single, but even this one only goes up to 750. But it's also thread 13. So this is actually a good stat stick. 54. This will put it at 25%. This is actually, I'm not a big fan of this attack boost attack thing, just because it does magic and physical, which you're probably leaning towards physical. Fire potential is always good on stuff like this, but I believe it's Glenn's weapon right here. This has a big strike, spinning blade, HP and fire potential. Yeah. So next to Cloud's weapon, another fire gun. Yeah. So these two are fire guns. Single target fire damage. This one is like kind of like a fire gun. Yeah, it's a fire gun. And then these are like the weaker fire surge that you get for free, and Shiva. And then this was our free weapon right here. Yeah, so you know, honestly, best best fire weapon in the game right now is definitely gonna be Cloud. So definitely, if you're gonna go for it, if you're gonna go for Cloud, go for that costume specifically. But all right, guys, we're actually gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope this video was a little bit helpful on whether or not you should or should not pull for anything in here. Again, going back, definitely a pull for me. Really solid. But good luck to you guys on your pulls. I know stamps are scary, but I'll take you guys on the next one. Peace.